If you want to learn about how serious property investors leverage real estate in order to set themselves up for retirement, then this is the video for you. Make sure you keep watching and stick to the end because I have a small gift for you that I'd like to share. 12 million Australians have been surveyed recently, and only 18% believe that they will amass enough money to retire comfortably. Most investors or individuals today underestimate the effort and the hard work that it takes for them to set themselves up for a comfortable retirement. Hi, my name is Roy and welcome to my channel, Roy Talks Property. It's so nice to see that you're watching my videos. I really appreciate that. On this channel, we cover everything relating to property finance, and the different strategies available for you today to build wealth through property. If this is of interest to you, then please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we upload a video. Your support is greatly appreciated. Every time someone asks me, Roy, when would you like to retire? Yesterday. I just blurt it out straight away. I don't even think about it. Sometimes I feel I'm just so ready to retire. And then the next day I go to work and I forget all about retirement because I love what I do. Now, the real question is, what are you doing to set yourself up for a comfortable retirement sooner rather than later? For us to work out how many properties we need to retire comfortably, we also need to look at the other nest egg, which is our super. In Australia, there is an association called the Association of Superannuation Funds of Australia, better known as ASFA. Now, ASFA on their website say that in order for couples to have a comfortable retirement, they need 640,000 in their super. And singles would need 545,000 in their super. Interestingly, these figures assume that you have paid off the mortgage on your own home. So they assume you're a property owner, not renting, and you have an unencumbered property, no mortgage. In March 2022, ASFA released a paper looking at calculating the overall averages of super for every age group. As you can see, the future isn't looking very good. The expected average super for 60 years and above is looking at over 324,000, which means there's a huge gap between what you need and what you will potentially end up on in your super by the time you retire. Now, one of the safest ways to bridge that gap is by investing in property long term. Our buyer's agency, Buyers Club, can help you do exactly that. We invest nationally across different states, and we can help you build a portfolio not only successfully, but also safely. If you want to find out more, feel free to reach out, click on one of the links below, and we'd be more than happy to chat. Over the past decade, I've sat down with so many investors and wannabe investors who have expressed interest in purchasing a property. And one common theme that I've noticed is that most of them thought that owning one investment property was enough. No wonder, to be honest, why 71% of property investors in Australia only own one investment property. Honestly, that's why I call them average landlords. And this is why I created this channel, because I want to help you become a serious property investor.
You might be saying, oh, Roy, don't judge. What if that's all they can afford? You don't know what their whole situation is or their finances. Who are you to judge, etc.?
Really? I mean, let's take a step back for a second. These investors are only managing to purchase one investment property over 10 years, 20 years, or even 30 years. So clearly they're doing something wrong. Trust me, there is a better way, and you should not accept owning less than 3 investment properties as a minimum. Okay, so if you want to test your current knowledge right now about investing in real estate, head over to my website and play the game. Average landlord versus serious property investors, and let's see how you go. So I've put a link for the game for you to actually go out and check it out, and I would love to get your thoughts on it. How many properties do you actually need to purchase real estate? Well, that's $1 million question, isn't it? And to be honest, only you can answer that question. It really boils down to what you are wanting to achieve and what your goals are and what sort of retirement do you want to have in the future. The simplest way to answer that question is to look at your current income, assess whether you're happy with the current income, and then based on that, decide whether you want more or less or whatever the case is. How many properties do you actually need for you to retire comfortably? Well, we have to reverse engineer this question a little bit. And the question you really should be answering is, when you're retired and no longer working, what sort of passive income do you want to generate per annum? The easiest way for you to answer that question is to look at your current lifestyle and income and assess whether you're happy with your current lifestyle and income, and if you would be happy to survive off that when you're no longer working and generating an income. If the answer is yes, then that solves your problem. So let's just assume that you want to generate $100,000 a year. Looking at this spreadsheet, which I have included a link for the retirement calculator in the description. So feel free, click on the link. It will take you to the sheet and you can make a copy and download your own version of it and play around with it if you like. Let's just say, for example, you want to generate a passive income of 100,000. To generate 100,000, you need let's just assume your portfolio generates a 5% rental return. You can change that to 5%, 6%, 7%, 4%, whatever the situation is. If you wanted to generate 100 grand per year and your portfolio was returning a 5% rental yield, you would need to own a portfolio with no mortgage that is worth 2 million. So 5% of 2 million is 100,000 per annum. And that is what you actually need for you to retire and generate that passive income that we're talking about. How long does that take? Well, that really boils down to how many properties you're able to buy ASAP. Having said that, there are different strategies to pay off, or you deploy to pay off $2 million worth of debt over the next 10 years. Now, to keep it simple, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to get into inflation, average rental return, growth per annum for the last 20 years or so. I'm just going to focus on capital growth. Capital growth in Australia for properties bought in the right market have relatively doubled every 10 years. So if you buy a property today in the right market, the right location for the right price, for 500,000, you can expect it to be worth $1 million by 2033, for example. So 2 million worth of real estate could be 4 properties at 500 each, 2 properties at 1 million each, and so forth. It really boils down to your situation, what you're looking at achieve, and what your current financial position looks like. So the easiest way and the simplest way for you to pay off 2 million worth of debt is to actually acquire 2 million worth of debt ASAP and then sit on that portfolio for the next 10 years. In 10 years time, you can liquidate half your portfolio to pay off the other half. Now I know
I'm not taking into consideration capital gains tax, selling costs, and so on. We're trying to keep it simple for the sake of this video. But because I also know there are other strategies that don't involve you paying capital gains tax. So
if you want to find out about how these strategies work and how we at Buy Club can help you invest in real estate and achieve that passive income over the next 10 years or so, make sure you book a meeting with me or book a master strategy session to look at your situation and get the ball rolling in property investing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time to support this channel. If you like this video, make sure that you actually like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you hit the bell icon so you can get notified every time we upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.